Inquiry-based learning is an educational approach that centers on exploring and resolving questions, problems, or scenarios. Unlike traditional education methods, which often start with facts and laws, inquiry-based learning begins with questions posed by students or instructors. This method emphasizes the student's role in the learning process, making it a more active experience where they are encouraged to engage with the material, ask questions, and explore the answers. The origins of inquiry-based learning can be traced back to the early 20th century, influenced heavily by educational theorists such as John Dewey. Dewey championed the idea that education should be rooted in real experience and reflection rather than rote memorization. He believed that learners do best in an environment where they are allowed to experience and interact with the curriculum, and this foundation is what inquiry-based learning builds upon. Moving on to the key features, inquiry-based learning is characterized by several important aspects. First, it involves a process of exploring and investigating. Students are encouraged to be curious, ask questions, and conduct experiments. This active participation helps them develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Second, it is student-centered. The student's interests and questions drive the learning process, which can lead to more personalized and relevant educational experiences. Third, it requires teachers to adopt the role of facilitators rather than traditional instructors. They provide guidance and resources, support the learner's inquiry, and help scaffold their understanding, but do not dictate the learning path. To illustrate these features, consider the example of a science class, exploring the concept of ecosystems. Instead of starting with a textbook description of what an ecosystem is, the teacher might begin by showing a video or presenting a real-world scenario that raises questions about how different organisms interact in nature. Students could then formulate their own questions, such as how does the removal of one species affect the whole ecosystem? Or what role do plants play in maintaining ecological balance? To find answers, they might conduct research, create models of ecosystems, and even undertake field visits to observe ecosystems directly. This hands-on investigative approach not only helps students understand the concept of ecosystems more deeply, but also connects them to the real world, making learning more meaningful and engaging. One of the major strengths of inquiry-based learning is its ability to foster a deeper understanding and retention of material. By actively engaging in the process of discovery, students often develop a more profound connection to the subject matter. This method also enhances critical thinking and problem-solving skills, as students are not just given information, but must figure out what to do with it. Additionally, inquiry-based learning is highly adaptable to different learning styles and needs, making it inclusive and effective for a diverse classroom. Students who learn by doing, questioning, and experimenting can thrive in this environment, often finding it more motivating and stimulating than traditional lecture-based approaches. However, there are some weaknesses to consider with inquiry-based learning. One challenge is that it requires significant time and resources to implement effectively. Teachers must prepare suitable materials and scenarios that provoke curiosity and allow for deep investigation. There's also a risk of students feeling overwhelmed or directionless without traditional structure, especially those who may require more guidance or are less accustomed to self-directed learning. Furthermore, assessing students' progress can be more complex in this model, as their learning paths may be highly individualized and non-linear. This can make it difficult for educators to measure outcomes uniformly, potentially impacting how learning achievements are recognized and valued. If you're a university student, you might benefit from my detailed article on inquiry-based learning. I've left a link to that article in the pinned comment. An approach similar to the inquiry-based approach is project-based learning. You should be able to see my video about project-based learning on screen now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.